No one believed in me. When I came back to Rhodes, I would ask my teachers and my counselors, how do I prepare for the SATs? How do I take the ACTs? How do I take advanced placement classes in math, biology, and English? Do you know what my own teachers and counselors would say? They would look at me and say, John, it's wonderful that you have this dream of someday being a television reporter, but no one in your family's ever gone to college, and you talk with a funny accent. Maybe you should try wood shop, or metal shop, or auto mechanics, right? Not that there's anything wrong with those trades. A lot of people make a good, hard living doing that work. Some of my relatives do that. But I wanted to go to college. And my own teachers and my own counselors at Rhodes Junior High did what people do on that show, What Would You Do, every Friday night and on YouTube. They judged me. They judged me by the color of my skin, the accent in my voice, and the fact that no one in my family had gone to college. But thank God for my mother, Maria. She was the one who kept, like many of your moms and dads, right? She was the one who kept pushing and motivating. She didn't speak hardly any English. She dropped out of the third grade to pick cotton in Lockhart, Texas. She would say, Mijo, don't be embarrassed, Mijo, about having to wear the same clothes to school every other day. At least we wash them, right? They're clean. She would say, Mijo, don't be embarrassed of having to take bean and tortilla tacos for lunch when all the other kids are taking their fancy bologna and white bread. Now we know beans and tortillas have more protein, right? We got the last laugh on that. She would say, that doesn't matter. What matters, mijo, is what's in here, in your cabeza, in your brain, and what's in here, in your corazón, in your heart. I started right here at BRAC writing stories. Then I became the chief of editorial. So I was writing these big investigative stories, like, why are the teachers parking in the students' parking spaces? Tonight we go under cover and find out. And I loved it. Drama class helped me get out of my shell. And ROTC helped me become more disciplined. We were out here marching around the grounds of the school at 6 a.m. It was cold. And I became the drill team commander, so I was barking out commands. My father was a janitor here. Bruno Quinones was one of the janitors at BRAC. And that gives me such pride because his dream was that his son would someday go to college, and the dream came true. They let me do something on the air for the very first time. I was 18, so there'd be some new medicine out, some commercial, right, for a new medicine, and I got to tell you in the last 4 seconds where you can get it. So you want to hear what the first words John Quinones ever said on the radio? Okay, I got to say, now available at Walgreens. That was it. I was so proud of myself. I was like, man, I would call my tios, you got to listen at 1:12, but don't blink because you'll miss it. But that's how you do it, man. And then they let me do the news, 5 minutes of news on the hour between the country music, Sunday nights. It was actually Monday morning between 1 and 4 in the morning. Or I think we had 4 listeners, my mother, my father, and my 2 sisters. But that's how you learn, and you make mistakes. You don't want to make mistakes live on ABC News in New York. You want to make mistakes in a little country station in Blanco, Texas. That's the beauty of trying something for the first time. It's totally new, so you don't know. But that's exciting to me, Many of the stories that I did as a reporter, we would go into a country and we don't know whether we would be able to interview, the president of that country or the people who are victimized by war or sick people or people crossing the border. You just don't know. You go in with a blank slate and you're going to find out. And that's part of what drives me, the discovery. I feel like I was born to do What Would You Do, like destined to do this show because of where I come from and the hurdles that I had to leap over. When we were picking tomatoes in Ohio, and we would go on Sundays to buy, clothes at the Goodwill store or an ice cream cone, because we weren't working on Sundays from picking tomatoes all week, people would follow us around the stores thinking we were going to steal something because we were dressed dirty and we spoke with a funny accent. And now we do a scenario on what would you do about shopping while black or shopping while Mexican, where we have a Latino or an African American or a Muslim person being followed in a store by people who suspect that because of the way you look and because of the color of your skin, you're going to steal something. So that came from my own experiences. Surround yourself with people who believe like you do, and the sky's the limit.
Excellent.